Hello, I'm Elena Fanelli. I am a claims manager at Beazley. My son was the first to be diagnosed. Prior to that, he's always been a very energetic child, very lively. He wouldn't sit still. And I just put it down to him being a boy and a very energetic one. Although I have to say, when he started nursery, he was at the same school as my daughters. And I do recall the teacher saying, I think there's something wrong with your child. Obviously, she didn't use these words, but this was the idea. And I do recall being extremely offended by it because we had a quite complicated family situation. But I said, you know what, I'll prove you wrong. So we went to see a doctor under the NHS who said that there was absolutely nothing wrong with my son. So I felt very empowered by that conclusion. And throughout the primary school years, that's all I kept repeating to the teachers when, they said, he's chatting during class time, or he does this and does that. And I said, please understand our family situation. This is why he behaves the way he does. The pandemic for us was a blessing in the sense that during the first pandemic, when we were all stuck at home, I called my private insurer and I spoke to a nurse asking for family therapy. And this nurse over the phone was really good. She said, I think, we need to explore other options with your son. And so they made a referral to a specialist. He concluded, after only spending 15 minutes with him and the rest of the 2 hours with myself, that he was borderline and we should carry on as we did, but he might benefit from some therapy, from some counseling. And he referred me to another therapist who, contrarily to what it stated, did say, yeah, your son has ADHD and we need to put a plan in place. And that was a true blessing. My son is now on a medication that helps with his focus, and it's very good for school and for sports as well. And he's had a lot of counseling as well to deal with his anxiety. With my daughter, who is the eldest of the two, she expressed anxiety during a teenage year. I think she was in year 7 or 8. We had a lot of counseling through CAMS. With her, I was able to get CAMS involved, and then also privately. And I was disappointed to see that although counseling helped for a bit, it didn't resolve the issue, And a couple of years ago, when she started uni, she's always been very academic. She's always done really well at school. And she started to struggle. And she did say to me a few times, I think I've got ADHD or autism and I should be assessed. So we have the assessment next week. It's taken a while because the therapist is so busy. And I'm hoping, I know it might sound odd, but I'm hoping to get a diagnosis to confirm that she does have it, because with that with that diagnosis, then I know for a fact she does, and hopefully we can put a plan in place, maybe similar to my son or different, because everyone is different, that will help us both. I am lucky because I've been working for Beazley for just over a year, and Beazley has a flexible approach to working, which I have found really suits my needs. I have been open with some of my colleagues, and we've also recently, about 6 to 9 months ago, we established a families network in the company which I'm part of, and where I have talked about it. We're looking now to potentially create a separate network that focus on neurodiversity, and I understand that the person that liaises with GAIN is going to see what we can do as a partnership So baby steps, but yes, I'm lucky to work for an employer that has seen the need to talk about it and to potentially include, to make changes on the way people are recruited. My children are now, they're not small anymore. My son is 15 and my daughter is 21. And for me, it is important as a parent to make sure, and go back to the insurance bit here, and the working environment in general, is to equip them now with the tools so that they can be successful in whatever they want to do, but also to make sure that there is a working environment out there, a working society, where they will feel welcome and they will not be penalized, but where they can find somewhere to work, which will enable them to thrive.